Trying to get my dribble right. I know y'all hear me say that a lot. But really, what's really fucking good? Stop. Let me stop this for a minute. Gully, the Philly story was magnificent. Last video was on point. You got to make your own documentary. Oh, I got. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. He said, felt like I was there. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all the whole time. I basically, that syllable, that story, it broke it down into syllables. But this is what I was trying to tell y'all the whole time without just going all through all of that. I'm gonna give y'all some more time to get in here before I go into it. He said, yeah, the Philly story gave good insight. What up? You do be frontin' though. I'm a boss don amongst boss dons. Ain't no frontin'. That's why I told you that story. The names are real. You know what I'm saying? The story of the hood, ball players. You said you had me dead last night. The Philly story was on point. Was good. He said dudes don't like to lock up, just vibes. I heard you talk about Kensington Beach. They call it Kensington Beach. Peace and blessing. Philly cats is official. They can ball out. So yeah, they can play. They can play. Share this live. This might be good. Be here for a minute. Warm it up. Think about money back though. They move fast. My man from George Jr. said I was cheating when I was locked up with him. They definitely working. You ever heard of McKee's Court? Of course. Said, what your Thematic like? You think I can't Thematic, nigga? Hold on. You think I can't Thematic? Fucking with you. Ain't gonna be no Thematic on here unless it's by a highly trained professional from Philly. It's gotta be a highly trained professional from Philly. I've been looking for a few Thematic niggas since you're speaking about it. I've been looking for a few of the practitioners so they can come on here and do it. I told him, I told my man, I said, if the rest of the world ever get hip to that Thematic shit, it's gonna be on and popping all over again. never seen the world rally behind a black man before. That's the power of the internet. That shit was too graphic. Got somebody begging for their life. He said, TV Bay, brother, be doing it on his IG page. Philly love. Philly. I got the. I had it sitting in here stewing all night. Hey Gil, did you see my Philadelphia story? Payroll, check that out. If you from DC, y'all like that shit. Because DC and Philly, they got a lot of similar traits. Especially when that man died because an Indian store owner called the police after verifying a $20 check. It's good. Now, I have to say this, of course, because the thing, alright, I'll say this now. I think it's enough people here, plus y'all gonna play this back. Now, after seeing my story about Philadelphia, that should give y'all a little bit more of the underlying reason why I behaved like I did with Dark Low. You feel me? I'm being for real. If there was an underlying reason. Number one, he thought I was somebody else. He mistaken me for somebody else. He thought I was a square ass nigga. That said a lot about him by approaching me the way that he did. He hopped in my inbox talking some murder shit. But anyway, from that point on, I made wreck out of him. You feel me? For money. And people was like looking at it like, why is he acting like that? Why is he doing that? Because I'm of the pretty boy fabric. You feel me? This is an elite class of male. I'm speaking of Pennsylvania. I'm of the pretty boy fabric, right? And guys like him, he couldn't sit at the table. No way, no how. And no matter how much more wild or violent you are, if you're not of the pretty boy fabric, you still look down upon. You still look like the class of people that he would like to assimilate with. He couldn't because he didn't have the natural gifts. And I'm not kicking this go for a lot of niggas. I be crushing a lot of niggas with my pretty boy flair and shit. You dig? But he thought I was somebody else, right? So I started wrecking with him. You feel me? I started wrecking with him because I knew that immediately that he wasn't in my league and shit. You feel me? Now, the rest of y'all might have thought it to be something else, but I knew, and I believe as he went through the shit, time, he started to meet people or encounter people like, man, that's Jamil and shit, yo, like, and I'm just being for real. So, yeah, he kind of like, he played me the wrong way and shit. You know what I mean? He said, that's how they treated me when I was down the Fizz. They knew I was some wreck on that pound, the hoop court. I felt that shit. That's kind of why I was playing with him like that. I'm a little bit older than him. The dudes that he would think to be, he said, the dudes that he would think to be the shit, if I walked in the room, they'd be like, man, what's going on, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? The cast that he would think to be somebody, I knew he wasn't in my class and shit. You feel me? So that's why I, did that like that. He said squash the beef for Low. It ain't no beef for Low, man. Me and Low in two different classes, but that story yesterday, that lets you know that I was too far gone in my development as a man, too far gone in my knowledge of psychological things, the bluff and shit like that, because that's what a lot of guys come with, the bluffs and shit. You learn how to identify, manipulate, and deal with the bluffs in institutions, because there's a lot of niggas running around with their poker face on and shit like that. And he tried to hit me with the poker face. And it was like, Are you serious, my nigga? And no matter how hard he wanted to interject his poker face, I had been around guys with more extreme poker faces. So that's it. But Mike Bowers was good. He said that Philly story was hard. Thank you. Appreciate the donations and shit. So Netflix just put juice back on their platform. That's what's up. What's the word? Notifications are late. He said, you think he want to tell on the low? I never even cared whether he was telling or not like that. That shit was all wrecked for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just pressing the envelope. And whenever somebody stepped in and act like I wasn't built like that to carry on the way I did, I pressed it some more and shit. He said ain't nothing like feeling you in another class than some folks. There is a class. We not created equal. God gave some of us some extra gifts and shit. So what's up with my man Kenny Ham down there? Tell Kenny Ham I said what's up. Tell the McKnight niggas. Tell the McKnight family. Big Erie said what up. Like that, huh? You like that? I know the wild niggas in your neighborhood, huh? You like that? No doubt I got you. Damn. My man Dog too from down there. Big Dog. Powerlifted nigga. What the fuck is his name? Big Dog. Dog had juice. Time to warm it up. Good afternoon, everybody. Hot summer afternoon. I'm just trying to get my dribble right. I ain't perfect. I'm working on it. It don't matter about the city is thorough, as long as it really is thorough. Come on. It don't matter about the city of borough. You should get it, though. There's stuff with the quickness. Really? Know about the Chico feds are paying or has gotten the Mexicans to attack blacks. It started last night. Nothing about it. I didn't know y'all was getting money here. What would make you say some shit like that? I told you where I was from. I told you I was on Journey Street. I told you. Y'all have weights when you was at Camp Hill. Boxing tournaments, they had started. I was up there the last 2 years of varsity sports, what they called and shit. The boxing teams, they kind of stopped that like 1998 because somebody escaped. But yeah, it was weights up there. Fucking right. Outside, I broke my thumb up Camp Hill with a weight. situation, indictment, what happened? Billy Blanks. Shout out to the Blanks family. I grew up with them niggas. Them niggas is basketball players. He been in Graterford. Nah, I was in Weston. I never had any problems out of galaxies. Dominicans are beefing with the blacks. It's a shame. That's a shame. That's crazy. That's what they said when Bernard Hopkins started boxing. He did. Camp Hill. No. Graterford. Tyson, I hear you, man. I only got 2 hands. I'm trying. The Latinos and blacks were at war in Chicago. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. How many minutes a day do you cardio? I don't count. I just get wet. Get wet. What I meant by sniffers, Philly boys will sucker punch you without warning. That's a known fact. One time also leaving alley apples. You seen Equal Standard? No. What happened to the Heineken virus? The Bud Light. What happened to the Michelob virus? What's your favorite designer brand? A white t-shirt and some mean sneakers. I'm at my best in a white t-shirt. I got a killer body and shit. That shit be poking out all crazy. Favorite brand? White t-shirt from your local bodega. Said COVID-19 got a furlough. North Philly turned up. Always. The shit that y'all seeing them niggas do, I seen them niggas do that shit in institutions. They'll flip an institution over. Just get to turning over tables and shit. Yeah, the Heineken virus. He was just up against Obama's live. I heard that they got some funny looking pictures of Obama. Somebody said that they photoshopped them. Y'all saw the black dudes and Spanish dudes in Chicago chilling in the Spanish standing with us. Fresh white tee with the right kicks. It's like a highlighter. Talk that shit. With my Endaglow watch. Nigga said, man, what kind of watches you into? And I started naming, I'm like, fucking Casio, you know, Sony, anything with Indiglo. He started laughing. He was like, man, I take it you're not a watch man. I like them Indiglo joints. I like them. Came out as a slick racist since he know his career is over. We ain't tripping off Drew Brees. We ain't tripping off Drew Brees. Casio with the calculator. Right. That's what I like. Somebody, they say, Mike is doing videos about Nicky Barnes versus who? Good afternoon to everybody. We're exfoliating. This is an exfoliation workout. It's for your skin, right? You turn all the heat up in your house or wherever you're at, studio, garage. Turn the heat all the way up and put on layers of clothing and get to getting it. Yeah, shout out to the G-Shocks. He said, Gully got a Citizen's watch. If it's digital, I might. I got a Lacoste joint right now. And it ain't even digital. It's mine, though. At this point, a watch is just an accessory. Nobody looks at watches for the time. He said, niggas think designer brands make them fly. They don't. Niggas be dressed in designer, still don't get no pussy at the end of the night. Niggas be dipped. Don't be one of them niggas. $7,000 worth of designer clothes on, niggas don't get no ass at the end of the night. Go home with your outfit. Go and sleep with your sneakers. He said trash bags is good to use for working out. Definitely, that's traditional. Just don't have on one right now. Women like a clean, not about names. Right. Let's get back to that white t-shirt I was just talking about. D.D. Smith, I'm good, man. I'm exfoliating. I'm working on my skin complexion right now. Exfoliation, pretty boy workout. I ain't want to tell. I had to give y'all the Philly story, so y'all know you gotta understand all of these metrosexual practices. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta be pretty. You gotta be pretty, man. Damn good product. I don't know what's up with it. Charcoal mask. So, I have to say this. I have to say this. After being born and raised, after being basically raised around Philadelphia and all them wild cowboys, don't y'all know my son is a joke to me? Don't y'all know that was a joke? Like, don't y'all know that shit was a joke? That's why I was carrying on like I was with him. Like, that's just like a joke. A joke? Nigga, do you know where I'm from? You fight niggas in mop closets and shit like that? Mop closets? How many mop closet rumbles you got? You know what I mean? How many times you went in the shower and got down? Jay Mindy, what up? Good afternoon. To the mop closet, niggas. He said, no burpees today, right when I'm done. Keith, I take this shit, I take my appearance very seriously. Like, this is part of the lifestyle. Dribble. What up, Gully? I know Mario, big black cocky dude with waves. He was at Slayton Farms with me, my man. Yeah, he passed away. That was my, it's like my, I'm gonna post a picture of him. I got one around on one of my phones and shit. Me and him made waves. Like, the jail would be at a standstill, man, when we was out there on the court. When you want to interview Wes Watson, I'd like to. They gotta lower these restrictions. He said, the shower up, Sherman crumbles, let us go. They booked Earn, a civilian stock. His phone was a hammer. He out though. Oh, that's where Earn was at. Get that Zoom meeting with Wes. I got to figure out how to record the Zoom joints. I think it'll be good though. I got some shit on my desktop, man. I'm gonna start hitting y'all with long joints, 40 minutes or better. Something that you locked in. You technically don't need a gym to get that body worked up. Nah, just burpees and cardio. Feel great. Feel great. Good afternoon. The dribble is immaculate. It's consistent. It's ambidextrous. It's international. It's fulfilling. It's thought-provoking. It's riveting. The dribble. Oh my goodness. Challenge Wes Watson to some burpees. I gotta get in shape. Gotta get in shape. Eddie Bauer vest, the white tee, talk that shit. Shit, this workout is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all doing cardio, man. That's all you been seeing. Was it just Pittsburgh and Philly that was beef or other cities? Nah. Nobody's built to beef with Philly. They too big. Pittsburgh put up resistance. Erie put up some resistance. Harrisburg can put up some resistance too. But they gotta be deep. Sometimes the smaller spots might get together on an issue and shit, but Philly the superpower, like I told you. Hit the like button, please. I have sickle cell. When I work out, I feel better. Working out makes a difference. I believe you, man. You're getting that blood flow moving. You're producing white blood cells. They fighting disease and shit. And you also exercise and relieves stimulation. Exercise and relieves inflammation. Pardon me. YTACG Moabs. What's the brand of the treadmill? Weslow, WESLO. And New York Castle with the Vision Quest. That nigga Gene, the third low life in that story that I was telling y'all from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Me and Huff, my man Huff from Logan, we was fucking with him. Cause Gene was kind of ugly and shit. He was kind of ugly and shit. And we used to fuck with him all the time, not knowing that this nigga dangerous than a motherfucker, right? So we was in a sweat lodge. Sweat lodge is like being in a steam room, except you do it like Native Americans outside and shit. They build this thing and there's hot rocks in it. They pouring steam on these hot rocks and it's a sweat. You be sweating like I'm sweating right now and shit. If you blow on somebody's skin while they in the sweat, it burns. So we was blowing on Gene. Me and Huff was blowing on Gene, man. And Gene kept saying, man, why don't you leave me alone, man? Particularly me, because I was the one that was really on it. Huff was in on it with me. But he was like, man, why don't you go ahead, man? You know what I'm saying? Kept saying, man, why don't you go ahead, man? You keep fucking with me. Like a couple days later, he got into a rumble with this nigga named Mavis. Damn near killed him with his hands doing that 52 block shit. Cut his face all up. I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. That could have been me. Could have been me, but it wasn't me. When you got a fat gut, that means your win is horrible. Facts. Good afternoon to everybody. Evening, turning evening. Okay, I get... Y'all waited on me. Appreciate it. Alright, back to the dribble. I'm selling merch. Just sold a t-shirt. I got merch. Hot commodity right now. The dribble right shit for the ladies. The hot pink. I know y'all been seeing them. Right. But getting back to what I'm saying, moving right along. Drew Brees entitled to his opinion. You're right. Donovan Williams, a Blade, said fat guys are sexy. Gotta be a Blade, Donnie. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Trying to get my dribble right, man. Burning fat, man. Trying to see about this complexion. The melanin runs deep. You gotta activate your melanin. Oh, that shit'll get bland looking. You know what I mean? Shit'll get bland, ashy looking. We radiant people. We supposed to glow. Bruce Leroy shit. Why do they pull blacks in a corner then surprise when they come out swinging? That's the nature of anything. That's the nature of beings. Animals move the same way. Insects too. Fight. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I know y'all got better things to do besides listen to the dribble while he works out. I got this from Mac Mall. You can go check him out. Instagram, Mac Mall. Hold on. Give my man Mac some love. Mac Mall, West Coast, Bay Area. My man in there. Fuck with it. Bosco looking for you. It's not hard to find me. I glow. I glow. Wherever I'm at, I'm glowing. It's not hard to find me. Sweats, open your pores. I did it with Mark Elvin. I came back. They let me be a staff. Were you surprised what happened to Philly? Hell no, I ain't seen Philly in all kind of riot. Philly niggas that try riot only 5 deep. Philly niggas that try to riot 5 deep. Shit. Oh man. I feel incredible. I'm gonna cruise through these burpees, man. He said Bosco is a Plizzan, I'm Plizzan. Bosco I is I. Get an old school Just Ice interview, you won't regret it. It's hip hop and street history, it's deep. May consider that. Rise my shit, what's good, pimp? You gotta drink the water while you flush it, so it all pour out. You know what I mean? Follow me on Instagram, The Real Gully TV. I'm keeping y'all updated on the latest developments in hip hop. I ain't gonna too much cover no more of that the uprising. They got the message. They don't need me to say anything. Linda said, "This is nonsense." If this is nonsense, what about when he had his knee on his neck? Did you see that they charged the other 3 officers and upgraded the killer's charges to 2nd degree? You know what that's for? And they talk about the NBA about to get back active. They like, man, fix this shit now. Fix this shit now. We don't need any more bodies. We don't need to kill any more black people. That's what got us in this situation. Fix this shit. So the NBA is back. Thinking the NBA gonna start in a couple of weeks. You dig? NBA gonna start in a couple of weeks, and they're gonna try to do things to make it look like we're being appeased. You dig? But just because they charged him, don't mean that. We need convictions. We need convictions. He need to go up the river or up to the death chamber. You know what I mean? So, and unless we get that, might be some more shit. Your Philly street story took me back to my younger days. Is that right? Took me back to my younger days too. You remind me of a North Philly rider. They used to say I was from West and Southwest. They categorized me with I was from West and Southwest. You know, like 58 from Baltimore. They swore up and down I was from there. We need a conviction. It ain't gonna stop. He will get 25 to life. The other cops manslaughter. He said, I believe it. Skin feel great, man. Exfoliation. Just kill that dead skin. Doing cardio. Probating. Gully, the first murders with bail. They got bail? They gave them niggas bail? I appreciate the donations. Y'all got me up around the $30 mark. Oh! Gotta tell y'all this. I talked to Hasan Campbell. He called me today, but I was driving, so we didn't get the build. But y'all might get a Hasan Campbell interview. We might have some clarity. Me and Hasan Campbell fell out because some things that Hasan Campbell said about the Nation of Islam, I was offended. I don't think we no longer have a quarrel, so we might get Hasan. I might call him as soon as I get up off here. Hold on. I need it. Y'all want the Hasan Campbell? He said, Cardi, I've been cycling for a couple hours these last few days. What you think he will get Donovan? Who is Donovan? Happy y'all can have a healthy conversation about whatever upsets y'all. I told him he was talking about the Nation. We good. I'm going to talk to him and kick it with him today. Hasan's still going at it with my son. I said boom on his live today. Hasan said he killed him. We don't have no beef. I don't fuck with my son. Anybody else, we good. But I don't give a fuck what happened, this revolution. I don't fuck with my son, period. Samuel Brown, thank you. So yeah, have a conversation with Hasan. We got mutual friends. We don't get over it. Get it right. Get it right for y'all. Y'all might get that today. I got good Buddha. Feeling good. Just exfoliated. You know what I mean? If y'all go live, if y'all were cops, you would let me go too. I got some laptops for sale. Hit me up. You hit me up, please. My son be tripping. Yeah, he be tripping. Hasan Campbell was going at people in the Bronx about tearing up their own neighborhood. I understand that, and this is one thing I want to talk to him about. When war and shit like that break out, they just let bombs go, yo. They just let bombs go. Sometimes they got to rebuild the pharmacy. You feel me? What they did to George Floyd was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So if people want to act barbaric, Ku Klux Klan been tearing up motherfuckers' whole villages, towns, for years, for 70, 80 years. Setting motherfuckers' whole shit on fire. Flip everything the fuck over. Man said I got my Buddha from the youngins and the birds. They don't know what Buddha is. I said that to my young boy the other day. He was lost like a motherfucker. The Buddha, collateral damage, yeah. So that's something I wanted to kick it with Hasan about. So we'll probably kick it today or tomorrow. But I'm going to call him when I get up off here. Can you do something on Philly? I've been doing shit on Philly all week. King Odie, official MC, man. Working on music. Y'all going to get a lot. I'm telling you, working right now. Y'all seen him down in the middle of the uprisings and shit. I got music on him. Some people speaking to him who ain't spoken in a long time. Obama has 224,000 viewers in his live stream now. What's that, on Instagram? You know what I think I'm gonna do? Roll up, shower, roll up, and I'm gonna go on Instagram. And I'm gonna fuck with everybody who y'all didn't think y'all would ever see me with. And we gonna see if we can get past it. Except for myself. Sorry. I like that piece you did on Philly, remind me of my Lord and Oak Hill days. People don't know how big that fashion thing is and lockups and shit. Like, a lot of people don't know when, you know, family members be locked up saying they hungry and shit. They be trying to get a new pair of sneakers. Niggas be like, man, I ain't ate, man. I'm up here starving, man. Y'all ain't sent nothing through, man. Motherfucker, get that money and go straight and buy some sneakers. They'll figure out how to get something to eat later. Oh, shit. Just imagine. You in an environment filled with testosterone and egos. You don't want to be the bum nigga there. You don't want to be the bum nigga there. You don't want to be the nigga that's not flossing. So, in these environments, the whole everything is on steroids and shit. Even with nothing, niggas trying to look their best. For real. For real. They talking about giving us a monthly stimulus check. I hope they come on with it. Man, they need to Fox Valley. They need to come on and Bob Johnson, former owner of BET, said that they need to go ahead and drop that $14-15 trillion for reparations. He said you had to be fresh even walking a pound. Yeah, man. You can't even come through if you're not fly. Is that bump on your head a jailhouse battle scar? I didn't have any like fisticuffs and shit like that in jail. I had juice. I did my whole bid without no conflict. I had to get raw with a nigga one time, but he was from around my way and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I hopped on his ass because he know better. Nigga, I can't believe you up here fronting in front of all these out of town niggas. Hopped on his ass. You know better. I don't get write-ups. I don't get write-ups and shit like that. I don't be getting cell restriction and shit like that. I be living like a king and shit under them circumstances. Jason, I appreciate your donation. What's today's math? Fitness, man. Fitness, man. The beef laws and shit, you know what I'm saying? I be having conflict with niggas sometimes. I got the three beef laws, man. This is how I keep destroying anybody that I come in contact with. It's beef laws. Fitness, finance, and focus. You dig? Fitness, finance, and focus and shit. These niggas can't do nothing with that. You dig? And you know what the focus is on? Fashion. Fitness, finance, and fashion. How you gonna beat me? How you gonna beat me? You can't. Because you ain't been working out. Voice of 5'9" interview was on point. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the donations. I gotta go over to Instagram. I'm about to roll me a blunt and I'm gonna call Hasan. And we're gonna see what goes on from here and shit. So I appreciate everybody. Boom, 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 boom. Appreciate everybody. Rest in peace to Tupac. I know y'all feel his spirit right now with everything that's going on. Ernest, appreciate your donation. Yeah, I know y'all hear, and feel Tupac. I believe I said this on Instagram Live. Some of Tupac's music is reflective of the times going on right now. He don't even need a music video. All you got to do is just cut the music on and close your eyes, and you can see it. He said, "Do you know Mac Dub?" Seemed like I heard that name before. Chop It Up with Immortal Technique. I met him before. I interviewed him briefly. It's on my other channel. my Gully TV live channel, which I don't really too much be on it no more because I fucked that channel up. Mac Dub from Philly. Nah. Mac Dub. Oh, yeah, I know that nigga, man. Yeah, I know that. Light-skinned nigga with the freckles, man. Yeah, man. I was in Atlanta, man. Marley introduced me to him. Marley had him with him in Atlanta and shit, man. Mac Dub and Marley G. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I know you talking about, though. He said, that's my cousin. He said, big compliment. Rest in peace to Tupac. Yeah, Tupac is heavy right now. Heavy. Right now, how much ice you got on, how much, weed you smoke, how much syrup you drink, and all that shit. That shit ain't fashionable. What's fashionable right now is changes and ambitions of a rider. You dig? He said, I wonder what Suge Knight doing. Suge can't do nothing but be like, damn, man, I wish I was able to be a part of that. Because I'm powerful. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure Suge is doing a whole lot of introspection and shit. He's sitting back and watching the revolution. And he's like, damn, I had soldiers. Man. I had money and I didn't do nothing but sick my soldiers on other black people and shit. Not that they should be sicked on anybody, but I know he like, damn, they getting it on without me. You dig? They getting it on without me, man. Word up. I was looking at some footage last night of Suge Knight and Tupac. Suge Knight and Tupac look good together. Them niggas looked good together, yo. Straight up. Them niggas looked good together, man. I was looking at old videos, man. Suge had his weight up, icy and shit, just looking like power. Got the big cigar. And then he got this little wild nigga, man, like the wildest little dude in hip-hop, man, just going buck wild, man, counting money and Suge just sitting there. Like, them niggas looked good together, man. They did. The pictures that you see of Tupac and Suge, they just look like two giants. Like they were out of this world. Like, damn, look at this shit. What's going on with Kwame? Kwame is in a federal institution in Louisiana somewhere. Powerful, yeah. I watched Suge's documentary. Let's talk about Suge for a minute, right? Suge got a documentary on Showtime, real good documentary, and I think people should check it out to give you another side of him. I like a lot of the shit that I seen going on with him. Suge had to be a gorilla to muscle his way into the music industry. It was totally controlled by white men and Jewish people. You know what I mean? Suge muscled his way into that shit. He probably didn't do right once he got in, but they wouldn't even take Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. Suge had Ain't Nothing But a G Thing in like, I think 92 or something like that. Suge took that record to the record business. He took that shit to Universal and the Sony, the record labels that was popping, he took that shit to them niggas. They didn't want it. They told him that wasn't a good record. He took that same record, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing. He took that shit back to the streets. DJs, the hood, that shit took off. And then all of a sudden, the record business want to come and do some business with him because they bought it already. But I was very inspired by watching him make something out of nothing. And whatever he didn't make, he took. And it is what it is, Antoine. That shit was good, man. He said when Tupac did that, through them punches, when that shit set off, when they set that shit off in the MGM, Suge said, man, I was sitting back smoking a cigar and I'm looking at this little nigga talking about Pac. He said, I'm looking at this little nigga and I'm like, man, you don't know what the fuck you just did, little nigga. You done just started a civil motherfucking war. And you don't even know how serious this shit is. I was like, damn, powerful. But I gotta get to work. I gotta get me some documentaries out that's powerful like that Suge Knight piece. So, fuck with your boy on Twitter, Gully TV1. He said, we got to remember, Suge was like 31 years old with $100 million. Hip hop has too much influence on the world. That shit crazy. I got to get to work, man. Finish my workout while I'm still warm. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.